Americans, we're getting stupider every minute, right? Can we admit that? We are now 27th in the world in education. 27th in the world. I read an article in the New York Times said Americans now speak 1/3 the amount of words that we did 100 years ago. 1/3. I read that article. I was like, oh my God, that is so. I don't know the word, but it just makes me go, ah! Burgers and meat. Ah. It's dumb. Global warming is a big issue now. That's the big political issue, right? Global warming. Can't we just admit we know about it and we don't give a shit? It's hot. Is anyone turning off their air conditioning? I believed it all along. I'm just not turning off the air conditioning. It's freaking hot outside. I'm not. Barack Obama said that global warming is an emergency and we need to cut carbon emissions by 27% by the year 2030 because it's an emergency. That's not an emergency, okay? An emergency is like, oh, the condom in my anus broke and the cocaine is leaking into my bloodstream. What time does this flight land? That's an emergency. 29%? An emergency is like when you're having sex with a girl and she's like, don't worry, my herpes is in remission. That is an emergency. We have lost sight of what an emergency is. If your wife or your husband, you caught them cheating, you wouldn't be like, honey, come on. You gotta phase them out by 2022. You gotta. We wouldn't do that. I was listening to Ahmadinejad, the president, the old president of Iran. He lost? Did he lose? Anyone know? Nobody even cares. He did. He lost. He called for the destruction of Israel. You know, that's terrible, right? He wanted to destroy Israel. Said it's their duty. It was in their constitutional right, he said, to destroy Israel. That's crazy. That'd be like if the United States was like, we need to destroy Mexico with their guacamole and their tequila. We didn't do that. We have the nicest constitution in the world. That's what's beautiful about the U.S. Constitution. We're in a big room like this, and people just asked what they wanted. That's why it's beautiful. Like, what would you like? And people just yelled out. Yeah, they're like, well, Thomas Jefferson, what would you like? And he's like, I want some big ass titties. Woo! Excellent, Thomas, but we'll call that the pursuit of happiness. Very good. Write that down. That's how we wrote it. Samuel Jackson, what do you want? I want some lesbian on lesbian action. Excellent, we'll call that in search of a more perfect union. Very good, write that down. That's all true. Do you guys follow the politics in New York at all? Do you know Wiener's gonna run? Wiener caught texting his balls, now he's back in the scene. He's gonna be the next mayor. And I'm on board. I'll vote for Wiener. I feel like someone should have said you can't text your balls. Nobody ever said that. That's a warning you should get. That's like, you don't think they would have been doing this for 1,000? You don't think Caesar would have been like, take that, Cleopatra, and you too, Mark Antony. Hitler would have been, und einer Frau Eva Braun, you know. What do you mean it's Schnitzelweizen? You know, that's small in German. The point I'm trying to make, people. This would have been going on forever. That's what I'm trying to say. But I've been to Europe. I love Europe. Europe's great. I love how you can fly from Finland to anywhere. You could just jump on a puddle jumper and the next thing you're in Dijon eating mustard. Right? You did that. He did that. Yeah. Fuck you. I cannot. I hate that about you. You could just, yeah, right? You're like, I'm in the mood for champagne. We will go to Champagne. You can just go to any food name and eat that food in Europe. And that is a $39 flight, which is 28 euros. You're doing the convert. No, I'm not sure. The point I'm trying to make, I don't know. I went to Europe. I was in Amsterdam, which is great. Amsterdam's great because I'm sure you take a boat there from Finland, right? You just take the ferry.
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, yeah?
Not yet.
What's that?
Not yet.
Not yet. The accent, yes, of course. That is my Finnish accent that I'm doing now. It's terrible. But I was in Amsterdam. Everything's legal in Amsterdam. I don't even know why they have customs people in Amsterdam. When you get to the airport, there's a big Dutch guy. Like, what is your business? You can say anything to that guy. Like, I'm here to pay for sex, then I'm doing hash brownies, heroin, cocaine, space cakes, mushrooms. Go ahead, enjoy your stay. What's illegal there? Hacky sack? What is that guy looking for? Fruits and vegetables? I don't know what is illegal there that you can't do in Holland. I had the weirdest experience though, because it's all so tight, Europe. You know, I had a German waitress and she comes over to me and she goes, do you want water? And I didn't know they're obsessed with carbonated and non-carbonated water in Europe. Before every meal, they want to know if you want it carbonated or non-carbonated. It's a big thing there. And I said, yeah. And she goes, do you want it water with gas or with no gas? Now, maybe it's just my policy as a Jew, but when a German waitress asked me about that with gas or with no gas, I say no gas. It's just my policy as a Jew. She comes over during the meal, I'm sitting by the door. She goes, "You look very cold, perhaps you'd like to sit by the oven." I'm like, "No, thank you." My grandfather fell for that one time. I've fallen for it, Hansel.